So today we're going to be covering a trade on USD CHF. The main reason that I wanted to cover this trade and go over it is to help others get the idea of how I go into trades, how you should look at trades, how you should manage trades, and and so forth. So I'm gonna continue to do more videos like this on trades that we take from the Discord or trades that I take by myself and things like that, so you guys can see how you go about looking at a trade and how you can go about managing a trade and things like that, how we look for our trades, and you can see these kind of some similarities come together to where you could apply that to your own trading, if that aligns with the way that you want to trade. Okay, if you guys want to join the Discord, right, the link is in the description. We also do one-on-one sessions. You guys already know we have all the links in the description if you guys are interested in those things. Okay, if you have any video recommendations, video ideas that you want me to do, right, let me know. Okay, so we're just gonna hop straight into this. Let me go ahead and delete this, and then we're just gonna talk about USD CHF as a whole and like what did we view, why, and things like that. All right, so looking at USD CHF, the first thing that we looked at right on USD CHF is the direction. Where's the direction? Remember, I trade the market by legs, right? So right here is my lower time frame legs that's going on right now. You can kind of see with the green dots that I draw. So this is a bullish lower time frame. This was a significant low that I was looking for us to test. I think, did we get into this low? We didn't. We got close to it. But we didn't actually get into like the sprain that I was looking at. But the market ended up creating a new low. So essentially, let me go on a little bit higher. This is the current little trend that was going on before we got this new high that was broken. So we had low, high, low, high. So what did we expect? We expect us to hold this low, which we did. We held this low. We didn't break it. When I zoom in, you can see that we didn't actually invalidate this low. Here's the low right here. We actually went to the extreme of this low and the market continued higher, right? So this is another thing that you can take from this. When it comes to structure is more likely to hold than anything else, right? It takes a lot of money for them to make these moves. So when you have so much money stacked up around this area and you see the market does this impulsive move up, creating a new high, breaking structure, there's no reason for banks and institutions to go down and invalidate this area, right? Or it's going to take much more money. It's going to take much more selling pressure to invalidate this area because there were so much buyers and so much money being accumulated at this area. So it's going to take a lot more for us to break this. Okay, so I hope you just understand that in that view. That'll help you realize that these structure points will most likely hold than any other points, right? So right now we're bullish. So high, low, high, low, we was expecting the high. Okay, that's the first thing that we were expecting. So now my mission is, after we have reacted off of this low right here, we didn't invalidate the low, we got the extreme of the low. There was even accumulation down here. If you want to go back and back test it, but if I zoom in, you're going to see an accumulation that happened down here. Essentially this is a reaccumulation and the market continued higher. Okay, so we essentially have a clean market cycle here. We have accumulation on lower time frame here, reaccumulation, and then distribution. What started telling me to look for buys on USD CHF itself is the fact that we broke this high right here, breaking order flow. So remember, order flow is the internal structure inside. So this would be the order flow: high, low, high, and then whatever low, no, not that one, low, high, low, right? That would be the internal structure, but this is not a leg, right? This is a leg. This is the internal structure. So let me go to another example. So here, this entire thing from this low to this high is a leg. The internal structure is what's inside of this leg. Okay, this would be the order flow. So this little bullish trend that's going on, that would be the order flow. So essentially we have bearish order flow, but we are bullish on structure. Okay, so we know structure is bullish. So what do we need to become bullish for us to start looking for entries? We need our order flow to become bullish. So we have this bearish order flow going on. So once we see a reaction from the low, this is our extreme. So meaning the market can't go below this or we break structure. Okay, so the fact that we reacted from this extreme of our bullish structure, and we've broken order flow. That gives me the idea that now the market wants to go higher. And where's going to be my main target? This high, for a new high, right? Because the market was continuously making new highs in a bullish structure, so it would be obvious to target a new high completely. So what we can start to notice here is we have order flow within order flow. So I hope you guys don't get confused by this, right? Structure itself, like I have with the green dots, are bullish, right? Our order flow of the structure is bullish now since we made this new high. So the reason we got this order flow of the structure is because we had high, low, high, low, high, low. So essentially this was the only thing that was holding us bearish on that order flow. So now if we go within this, what is the order flow here? High, low, high, low, high. This did not make a new low, right? So it wasn't until that we broke this high, essentially one of these highs, primarily this high, but since this high did not make a new low, this high doesn't count. So it's really this high right here, right? It wasn't until we broke this high, essentially right here, that I started to look for buys, or that I knew that the market was going to continue towards the upside, because essentially we knew that the market was going to trade here, but we didn't see anything clean here. We didn't see anything like, we didn't see any like clean accumulation or, you know, clean entries down here. So essentially until the market broke this high right here, this is when we started looking for more trades. So this is where this trade came in, and this is where the reaccumulation came in. So that also comes with the fact that you have something called market cycle. I talked about the market cycle before. Essentially, it's when we have accumulation occur, right? The market's gonna continue towards the upside, and instead of seeing a, you know, all the way retracement to come back and test this accumulation, you're gonna have the market reaccumulate. And then we're gonna continue higher, right? And then the market's gonna distribute higher, distribute, and then you're either going to see a test of the reaccumulation or the original accumulation. So this essentially would make a leg, because this is our extreme, this is our continuation move, right? And this would be our high created. So this would create a leg. All right, if you ever think of a leg, think of it like this. The trade came off of this reaccumulation right here. Let me go ahead and zoom in and give you guys the outlook on this, and, you know, what was the reasoning, why did we take this, and, you know, so forth. All right. So the first thing that we can notice on this when we're looking for a reaccumulation is our creek. You can see a clear creek right here. All right, we have a clear creek. Another thing that I noticed when I was looking at this is we have an accumulation. All right, we have an accumulation right here. We got 1, 2, 3 drives. We have 3 drives to the downside. The market tested this, and if you want to get even more into it, we have an accumulation down here that I can show you guys as well. So I was seeing a lot of buy orders getting placed into this market. Right here's another accumulation again that happened, and all of this was happening during the right time. The right time meaning this was all happening during London, right? This was all happening during London and New York session, which was telling me that there's no expected manipulation. Right, I don't expect any more manipulation, because this is the manipulation. This is what the banks are doing for the day. Okay, so we have accumulation. We have accumulation forming. We have accumulation on lower time frame. We have accumulation on, you know, 15-minute time frame, and then we have a reaccumulation. What do we need now? Now we need bullish intent, right? Just because we see the accumulation doesn't mean it's going to work. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Okay, so what do we expect next? Now, to verify that this is actual accumulation and the banks want to buy from this area, we need bullish intent. I mean, what's more bullish intent than this, right? So let me go back a little bit. What's more bullish intent than this? We broke this high and even the main high right here. So breaking this high confirms our reaccumulation in total. So breaking this high will confirm our whole reaccumulation, and we've already confirmed our lower time frame accumulations down here since we've broken these little highs. So essentially, if we're just gonna trade this itself, all we needed was this high to be broken, and then this would have been a valid entry point right here. But it was extra confirmation to us that we broke this main high, confirming our reaccumulation. So now we have all the confirmations we need. The next thing to do is to find the unmitigated area. So I mean, that's pretty simple. Anyone that trades smart money would know how to do that. So essentially what I did was, I knew this was mitigated. I knew we had this imbalance fill right here. So I knew there's no reason for us to go down here on this lower time frame accumulation. So essentially, this is where we're going to look for that entry. So what I did was I went on 15-minute. I was looking at this. This was the last wick down that tested this last wick. So we drew it out and took the 50%. Right? I mean, that was pretty simple. We drew it out, took the 50% right there. That was the entry. And the targets, all right? First of all, like I mentioned before, we're targeting a whole new high. Reason being is because we were already bullish on structure. There's the entry. I draw it out. And here's how the market went. Now, I would say I waited over the weekend for this to hit TP. So this right here was a manipulation that happened. So we got another reaccumulation as well. Manipulation down, right? And the market continued back towards the upside. So that was indicating to me that the market was not going to come down here. Because since we manipulated towards the downside and now we've come back up, this is telling me more orders were placed over here as well, because now this is a reaccumulation as well. So there's no reason for us to come back down here. Right, and there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope you guys learned something from that. Maybe that helps someone out, to give you a kind of idea of how we look for these trades and how we go about it. It's really simple. When you check out what your structure is doing, what your trend is, go pro trend, don't try to counter trend. And then you just look for your supply and demand areas. And then you just look for those entries, look for the most realistic entries, the most realistic targets. And it's really that simple. Okay. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Discord, in the Discord mentorship inside the description, right? One-on-one sessions, everything like that. So I hope you guys have a great day and peace out. I'll see you in the next video.